Soundtrack to the love we make. Let your love flow and shower us. Let your love flow and shower us.
Peace and love, peace and love. What's good, everybody? Man, I just dropped my baby girl off at school, and on the way to school we were having a conversation, and excuse me, I just thought I would kind of share some of what we were talking about, because it's like, for me, this is a real thing, like what we talked about. So I have frequent conversations with both of my daughters and my wife as well, and I'm gonna just deal with home, because I have these conversations with everybody that know me, really. You know, if I have a personal relationship with you, if we have had like one-on-one serious conversation, then you probably know I have spoken to you about entrepreneurship and the importance. But I have those conversations at home often. You know? So on the way to school this morning, I was talking to my baby girl, because she has her own business, and she's actually getting into her next business idea now, and but with the business ideas that she's had, you know, it's kind of, she is she likes doing certain things, but then there's just sometimes not, I guess she's not excuse me, y'all. She's not really there yet to just push herself through with the business, you know. We have a lot of conversation and a lot of reminders, you know, and encouragement. You got this, you know, you got support, and you know, we're always gonna help you. But she still has not yet gotten to the point of just fully believing in herself and buying into herself, and, you know, believing in her business. My oldest daughter, on the other hand, is going in with her business. She's the top grossing entrepreneur in the house. You know, she makes more as an entrepreneur than I do, from her brand, and which I'm proud of, you know. So she gets it, but she also works a job or two jobs. So she's kind of, you know, split in being able to really focus on her business. But, you know, she likes the social aspect of working, you know, and the discounts and stuff like that. So I understand that. But anyway, and then my wife too. You know, she's building her brand, and, you know, we have often and frequent conversations about the importance of entrepreneurship. So the conversation on the way to school this morning was, you know, I know my baby girl is getting super focused on her latest business venture, but I'm reminding her to not forget about first business. Don't just let that die off and fall off. You still have products, still have inventory. You know, let's go ahead and flush out this inventory. If you don't want to do it anymore, let's go ahead and flush out this inventory, and at least that'll put a couple dollars in your pocket to fund your next business venture. And in talking to her, I was explaining to her that this is never a thing that I want to force them into. I want them to want it for themselves. But I always share with them and I should have said this before I started. This is in no way meant to offend or make anyone feel any types of ways if you work jobs. This is not disrespecting all jobs. This is not talking about your job. I'm speaking on my experience with jobs. Your experience may be totally different. But for the most part, the basic understanding that I have of a job is a person applies for a job or asks for a job or gets even called about a job in reference to a job, and then a person either chooses to accept that offer or either on the other end that employer decides to hire you or not, right? So once you are hired or once you accept the offer, you become an employee of this particular company. So you work for this particular company. And so you have a boss, right? Whether you work directly or indirectly with that boss, you have a boss that you work for who writes the rules, writes the regulations, and gives you or has the power to give you raises or grant you raises, or but it's you working for someone. All right, so that's just a standard idea of a job. Like I said, your job may be different or feel different, because I know definitely a lot of people, say in the medical field, may not necessarily feel like, they necessarily just have a boss. It's kind of like, it can be considered different. So this is not like a knock or diss on jobs or people who have jobs. I always try to say that before I get into this. But so I was speaking to my daughter about my experiences with jobs and just saying that a lot of times as adults, you don't really feel like getting up and going to work, but you really don't have options. You really don't have a choice if you're in that cycle, of working that job, because if you don't go to work, then your salary or your income will be affected. It will be less. The less you go, the less money you'll make, the less money you'll have to pay bills and do the things that you want to do in life. So you have to go to work. Even when you're tired, you don't feel like it, you have to get up and go to work in order to make ends meet. So the problem that I have had with that, or that I have come to understand in my own life, is that a lot of days I enjoy coming because I get to see these people that I care about, and so just like my oldest daughter, the social interaction I enjoy, but I'm limited, right? I'm limited in what I'm able to do here, and I know you can say you can get promotions and you can get raises and things like that, but overall, it's really a cycle. Get up, go to work, come home, eat, maybe watch some TV, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, go to work, come home, I'm tired, eat, watch a little TV, go to sleep, wake up the next morning. You know, it just becomes a cycle of the same thing. And you know, even sometimes paychecks just start to feel the same, and you already know what you got to do with it. Ain't nothing to get excited about, because it's like, oh yeah, I'll probably make this X amount of money, but oh, gotta pay rent, gotta pay mortgage, oh, gotta pay car note, car insurance, health insurance, life insurance, power bill, gas bill, water bill, trash bill. I don't know if I said health insurance. I probably did. I don't know, but yeah. Upkeep. You know, you do haircut, hairdo, braids. Braids expensive. That's a bill. And I got 3 women in the house. Luckily, one has locked up, but the other 2, man, these braids are a real thing now. And I know we in our community, braids is like a must-have, you know. So you know, but these things are expenses that we face. Eating, just going out, you know, or you know, the entertainment aspect, because we all desire some level of entertainment, whether that be if you do, you know, vacation, or you know, tourism, theme parks, you could do restaurants, you know, I don't know how old, if you got children, young or older, but if you do like the jumping gyms, or you know, what you call them things, trampoline parks, and you know, every now and then you want to do something, arcades, go-karts, you do something, whatever it is. So all these things cost money, right? So you're in this cycle of the job, and you know what, okay, I go to work, and my checks are about this every time, and once I pay bills, I only got this much left. So you gotta probably implement some level of a savings plan, or putting money aside if you want to do extra things, or either you go and apply for a loan, which just excuse me, you know, creates another bill for you to repay the loan. It's like we just get in these cycles of things. And if you ever just take a moment to step back and really assess the situation, it ain't the life, man. It ain't the life. So the conversation that I was having with my daughter was just explaining what this experience has been like for me. And, you know, once you come into the realization that the only way it changes is if you do something to change it. So that's the actual place I've been in since we've been making these videos. That first video, I said, you know, I was on my way to work, but this is temporary because I have to break free from this cycle. Now, this is my choice. I'm not pushing this on anybody. I'm just sharing with y'all the conversation that I have with my daughter, and just filling y'all in on kind of where we have been with these videos and why we've been doing these videos. So when you really just step back and remove your ego, remove your feelings, or if you're feeling some way about what I'm saying, just like, don't take it personal. Just, if you step back and just assess your situation and just see, do you feel like this is the life for you? If you feel like working is fine, it's cool, I mean, I'm straight, I make good money, then hey, this video ain't for you, or these topics not for you. But if you think about that thing, you like, man, that is true. It is just like a cycle of the same stuff over and over and over, and then I'm blah, 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 and you know what I'm saying, there's not a lot of extra money left over, you know, da 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 da. Then you may understand what I'm saying and what I was attempting to share with my daughter, telling her about my experiences with working jobs. It's like, baby girl, right now at your age, you still live at home with us. I believe this is the best time to become an entrepreneur, when you don't have any overhead. You're not worried about having to pay bills. You're not worried about all this stuff. This is the best time to start your journey, to start building up, to start making your money now while your parents are still living and still carrying the bills for you. You still live at home. My youngest is 13 years old. My oldest is 16. This is the best time underneath our roof to begin building yourself up. You know, we're giving you that flexibility to do that, because we're removing the burden or the worry of having to pay bills from your life. We're covering the bills, right? If you work on building yourself up now, you know, by the time you're 25 or whatever, you could already be a millionaire. You could already be on your way. You could already have a lot of the things that you want out of life, and already putting yourself, or have put yourself in position to be free and never have to fall under this cycle of job, you know, unless you want to work a job to get that experience, which is why I was happy and okay with my oldest daughter deciding she wanted to work jobs. You know, it's like, yeah, you got your own business, but maybe you need to feel that. Maybe you need to see what a job is like. Maybe you need to, you know, and then, hey, utilize that job. Learn what you can. These are the conversations we have. Learn what you can about the job. You don't have to be in there with the same mindset and attitude that your peers have. They don't want to work. They hate their job. You know what I'm saying? Hey, while you're there, learn what you can. You're being paid. You're getting paid to learn. Learn what you can. Ask questions. Ask those managers. Don't just be like, oh, I hate my manager. Ask those managers those questions. Tell them you want to understand how the cash register works, counting drawers works. You want to understand money, balancing. You want to understand that stuff. Tell them you want to understand, you know, what are the things. Look at some of the things that y'all struggle with, and come up with ideas of how you can improve that. Like, it's going to help you later in life, right? So anyway, with my youngest daughter, though, I'm explaining to her, like, baby girl, you got this leftover inventory from your previous business idea that we never sold. We never sold a single product, right? Let's move this. Let's move this product and at least put a couple of dollars in your pocket, because we've invested quite a bit of money into this business. Let's at least see some sort of return on our investment. We talk about those types of things too, ROI. Return on your investment. Let's at least see a return on our investment. But I have these conversations with them frequently, because I want them to understand, and I want them to know that now is the time. Don't wait until you move out. Once you move out, you got your own bills, and they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming, and you're going to be under pressure to get a job and work to pay those bills. And then you're not going to have time and freedom and flexibility to have your own business. It's not going to be till you step away from that. But I had to learn that after being in this cycle for many years. I started working at the age of, I started driving at 14. So I guess I started working at 14 at Chick-fil-A in North Carolina. 14 or 15, I had a worker's permit. I think it was 14 in North Carolina. I think I was 14 when I got hired at Chick-fil-A, 14 or 15. 14 or 15. I think I was 14, but maybe 15. I know I was driving at 14. But anyway, Chick-fil-A was my first job, you know. Chick-fil-A is my current job in Georgia. The business has changed a lot. But, I mean, overall, it's still selling chicken. You know what I'm saying? And chicken and fries. And but the thing about it is like, where I am with it now is, man, I think Chick-fil-A is a great organization. I think, you know, they're definitely on their way to being a $1 billion company if they haven't already crossed that threshold. But to me, Chick-fil-A has some limitations, you know, and it's not a diss. I got a brother who is on his way to owning one, and that's gonna secure him. That don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying, hey, I wouldn't work for Chick-fil-A or I wouldn't be an operator of Chick-fil-A. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I always envision doing multiple things, having multiple streams. And I just know that is one limitation of Chick-fil-A for me personally, is that has to be your only source of income. They don't allow you to have those outside streams. Now they're gonna take good care of you with that one, but I just have always wanted to touch so many different brands and businesses that I didn't want to be just settled into one. So that's why Chick-fil-A wasn't the right choice for me, but it might be the right choice for some of you, or like my brother, because he's gonna do that, you know, and I can't wait until he gets his, so I can go and support him and spend my money at his Chick-fil-A. Even if I gotta go all the way out of town somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I got to go support my brother when he gets his. But just as for me and my person, like I said, this is me personally. Chick-fil-A just isn't the future for me. So, you know, I'm sharing with my daughter, you know, like while you're in the house with your parents, go ahead and start those ideas, start those plans, start those things, because otherwise you're going to be locked into what daddy's locked into, having to get up every day and come punch a clock for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that takes away your freedom. It takes away your power. You're in that cycle of work for $1. Work for $1. And you know, meanwhile, the owner, or, you know, the person who owns this business or operates this business is seeing large amounts of dollars. And I'm not counting his pocket. Don't think I'm knocking him or knocking his pocket. He's supposed to, because he owns it. But that's what I try to teach my children. The difference between just receiving a paycheck and owning the business. It's a big difference in what those numbers look like. So I encourage them to own it, you know. Own whatever you do. Nothing wrong with working these jobs, but whenever you figure out your life path and your purpose, then you have to move on that. And when you sit down and write out your goals and the things you want to accomplish in life, and then you start looking at real strategies as to how you will ever achieve those things, sometimes you come to an understanding that the particular thing that you're doing is not how you're going to get there, and that you're going to have to step out and do something different that you haven't done, something that you weren't already doing, something that you may not at this present moment have knowledge of. But you have to start that journey to accessing that information. I just remember what time it was. I'm supposed to be hopping in here to do some things today, but I hope this video made sense. Like I said, I was just having a conversation with my daughter and really trying to stress to her that I want her to be free. I want both of my daughters to be free. I don't want them to feel this, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't hate my job, but this is not my ceiling. This is not my fullest potential. You know, this is a temporary thing that now that I understand myself and understand my life, now I know how to properly use the income from this job. I'm not out here just blowing money no more. You know what I'm saying? As I once did in my 20s, just make money, spend money, make money, spend money, and you have to stay in this. I'm making money and I'm holding on to money. I'm letting money build and I'm investing into new things that are creating more monies for me, and I'm still not touching those monies. I'm letting those monies stay there, and then those monies are going to continue to build. And I got these other business going, and it's starting to build. I got the lawn care service, and those monies are starting to build. But I'm still living like a poor man. It's intentional. Still I only spend a little bit. And then people be tripping when I pull up to the window at a drive-thru or something like that. They tell me my total, and I'm going through all these cards in my wallet to see which card am I going to use to pay for this food. You know, that's not a brag thing, and I'm not saying it's a lot of money on those cards yet. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is each card is a different stream. that I'm allowing to accumulate. And I'm very picky when I decide to spend money. But I'm still coming here. I'm actually starting to put more time into the job right now because I'm like, okay, now that I understand more, hey, I could be stacking more and investing more. So let me just go ahead and give of myself. Let me go ahead and push myself here for a certain period of time to get me to this point. I'm paying for these classes that I've been getting ready to take, so that I can start these new paths that I'm on. But I know I need additional income to do that. So hey, if they're allowing me to work however much I want to work here right now at Chick-fil-A, so hey, I'm gonna go ahead and push myself a little harder, make this additional income, investing more in myself and my businesses, building up these streams of income, and then I'll eventually be at the point where I'm making the money that I want to see in my own businesses, that I'll be able to slowly pull myself back off of this business like I was doing before. But I was pulling myself off before, and I didn't have anything going over here. I didn't have anything building over here. I was just pulling myself away because I was tired of working. But it wasn't time yet, and I had to understand that, and even that, like I say, back to that first video, hey, this is temporary. All right, yeah, that's true. But hey, even though it's temporary, let's go ahead and hit it so we can get on out of here. But as far as my daughters go, utilize that time. If you're still living at home with y'all parents, this is the time for you to be stacking and building. Hey, you can be chill and my parents got me covered and all that, but man, utilize that opportunity to build yourself and get yourself to this point. Because once you step out here in this real world and take on your own bills and responsibilities, it's non-stop from there. Them folks want their money, and they coming for it. You know what I'm saying? So, peace and love, y'all. I got to go in here and take care of some stuff real quick. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for supporting me and watching these videos. If you're interested in my DYIG, you can visit my website, dyig.store, and, you know, check out some of my products on there. I be tripping at some of the stuff that be going on in this parking lot. But, man, I'm going to get out of here, man. Peace and love.